Hi, welcome to Kachai with Lucky, and we are back here to have great conversations on our relationships, just to make them better. Because if you have a bad relationship, your life is also it goes south and west, and you just don't feel quite settled. And today we're going to discuss the case of best friends on both sides, female, male, and how they affect our relationships, and what are the boundaries for these best friends who we love so much, but then also we have relationships that have to go on. Brian is here with us. He is a sex therapist, by the way. If you have issues in that area, well, how can we get you? How do they find you? Like, what's your handle?
Brian's Naturals.
Brian's Naturals.
Or Brian's Amanda, either way.
So you have heard, if you have any problems, the man can solve you. You can solve those problems. And of course with Babu Mariam. The question of best friends. We have close friends of the opposite sex.
Yes.
Say for example, I am married, but then I also have my male friends. How far should they go in terms of interfering? They shouldn't be. But if they interfered in my relationship, what boundaries should I be putting there so that they don't cause any issues?
I'm happy you brought this topic, because the funny thing is that my best friend is a male.
Okay.
But this is a person I introduced into my relationship when it started.
Right.
To the fact that I meet him once every month. Once every month. But it was a bit of a trick before, because even his wife had an issue.
Okay.
At some point
So you both had...
Yeah. No, at some point, even my side had an issue. So one time she even came and joined us at our dinner and found us laughing like fools. There was even social distance. You understand? And then when she sat through the conversation, she wasn't even in the conversation. It's like she wasn't there. We were just going on and on about our things.
Because you're friends.
So exactly. So for me, I think the most important thing is if you have a best friend of the opposite sex and you are in a relationship, marriage, whatever you're doing, you have to introduce this person to this other person so that they're aware, this is my best friend. You understand? Because I'm sure by the time you are best friends, you have your boundaries.
Men don't really, and Brian, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but men don't really they don't fancy that. They feel like they should be your best friend. They don't understand why.
And the reason, this is why, best friends, for us men, we function differently. If you ask all men around, they will tell you, out of my best friends, at least one of them will be the kissed or something. Something. But we just couldn't figure out our lives, but then we are friends.
We work out, friends me now.
And now we're friends. But always when things go sour, there's a way your best friends always treat you better than your partner.
Right.
Because they understand.
Because it is your friends.
Yeah, because they understand you.
Yeah.
Thing is, when you know the boundaries, for example, me, I don't have any male best friends. My best friends are female. And for some reason, even my her friends are male. And I'm like, the CP I got because I know the things I do with my best friends. My best friend goes like, and we laugh about that. And I also do the same with them. But the thing about best friends, where should they end? There's a thing we have to discuss.
Right.
Because most best friends never understand which decision they help you make.
Yeah.
Best friends always, there's a way.
They're there for you.
They favor you. They tell you what you want to hear sometimes.
They lean on your side more, as they should, because that's what a friend is supposed to do anyway.
You see, if you would fall for anything, your best friend always comes the best class over. The thing you like about your partner, your best friend features in that party. If you marry Brian because it's funny, it's crazy, you're going to be falling in love with crazy men, crazy guys who are humorous or something. So even your best friend will do the same. But if you don't draw a boundary, best friends always take over. There's a way best friends, have a way they always jokingly do stuff.
I don't really, what I do is that, and for many women do this, if you have a best friend who is male, that best friend shouldn't be more than your husband.
Yes.
Or your boyfriend or girlfriend. More in everything. He shouldn't be getting more attention.
Exactly.
More attention from, you go to a party, you have your best friend, and then you have your husband. And you're spending most of your time with your best friend, hugging, and your man is there watching this.
It's not,
he loves you.
In his presence. In his presence.
Yes, in his auntie, your friend.
That's where trouble comes.
Auntie knows that you're friends.
That you're friends.
Castani knows.
Men don't take that easily.
They don't really like
they don't take that easy.
Disrespect.
Disrespect. But the thing is, you should understand about us men is when we talk about friends, we categorize them in a sense. Right. If I know my Mariam is somebody I call and just laugh in a crazy way. I say, hey, and Lucy allowed this friendship with that. Hey, do you know what do I do when I want a certificate of such? Because we categorize friends. But a friend that is crazy and funny, my wife sometimes should be far from them. Reason being, they know our crazy things. There's a friend people came to me and they said, you know, this woman told me the way her best friend makes her feel, I've never made her feel that way. See, that's comparison.
Oh wow.
So it doesn't make me laugh like it does. I mean, he's my friend, but he knows.
But he's your friend. Of course, your friend will make you laugh
But this
differently.
man has failed to even figure me out. He doesn't know what I want. So I have to explain myself. But the other guy understands. So I asked her.
So why isn't she with
I
your
asked
best
her,
friend?
why aren't you marrying him?
Yeah.
And this is what I said. He's a player. But the thing is, so best friends must have a category. But the thing is, there's nothing to do with the opposite side. There's a way you're going to flow better with an opposite side than female, than the same side. Why I'm telling you this, I've experienced a terrible situation with best friends. Because my best friends, they can even send me, man, I have a scratch.
Hey, I sent
Catch
you a
myself.
picture here.
They say,
What do
and
I
then-
do?
And then it's like, ooh, why is she sending you this? And then she there's something
I
she
think I
mentioned.
wouldn't be too happy about
Yeah,
that.
there's something.
Yeah.
There's something.
Like, what's that?
There's something she mentioned and said. Me, if someone does not talk to me, they should not be your friends. They should not be so close to you. If they're not my friends, why would they be so very close to you? It's like, no,
Right.
baby, we don't know. We've been in different circles. So this girl sends you a thing of her because she knows you have a bit of knowledge. Like, Brian,
What should I do?
What
She
should
doesn't
I
have
do?
female friends she can share that with?
Because we are that crazy. So the thing is, you should know the boundary. You cannot be chatting with me at midnight, even though you're best friend. You know,
Exactly,
I'm married.
yeah.
You cannot do that. Like there's this friend of
Unless,
mine.
of course, it's an urgent thing, like, you know, you've got a problem
But
or
at
something.
midnight.
No,
You
let
see,
me
I
tell
don't even call you at
That-
midnight.
I know
and
you.
we are-
I know
And then
you
you are
females.
women.
Imagine it.
You're joking with
That
girls.
one gives you tough love, by the way. That's why I like
She's
her.
not calling me
She gives you
Obi-
tough
Obi
love,
Zako.
and she'll tell you, don't call me after 8.
Are you
so what
dead?
is
Unless you're dead, call me.
Exactly.
But then you're
you
dead.
see, she's defined our boundaries. You understand, eh? So I know her. After 8, if I look at the time and it's 9, I'm not going to try lucky. That's a goal
Because
case.
Unless
we-
it's an emergency.
because
She'll
it's
send a
ironed
message and
out.
call back.
Because
Yes.
we've ironed out. But the thing is about us men, when we are bored with our wives, sometimes we get bored. She's in a mood of stressing. Yeah? There are things that trigger you off sometimes. You're chatting with Mariam and then she sends like a smiley message and you're like, smile in a funny way. Meanwhile, it's late. But the thing is about best friends, what we should understand is the best friends are always better.
These
But
close
that's why they're
friends,
best
eh?
friends. The close friends, we should know where to put them, where to cluster them.
But do we put them there?
That's the problem.
question.
Because for us, we just roll.
The thing is, I have problems in my relationship. Who am I going to call?
Exactly.
Your
My
best friends, your close
If
friends.
he's male, I'm going to tell him what is going on. This man, in most cases, even if he's your friend, he wants you.
Now, a situation,
That's the thing. That's the thing.
a situation, best friends as males, this is what happens. Male friends will stay around for long just in case
Just in
things
case.
go crazy
Exactly.
other side. That's why me,
In case
I
the
don't
gap shows up.
take that craziness of this is my best friend as a male because best friends will always on the line.
On the line, you're
Mention-
waiting.
So this guy calls me and say, Brian, you know what? I don't know. Whenever we have fights with my fiancée, she runs to one of the guys, and then that's time I just followed her, like following, and I found her holding him so tight, hugging and crying, and then the guy was like there, like a
Feeling good.
Man, I felt so angry, and then she said, "We just friends. He makes me feel like pacified. He's my
You see,
pacifier."
you see. Yeah.
So the thing is about best friends. You should understand if you're in a committed relationships, there's certain things you don't go compromise. Stay at the talking. When you're friends with me as Brian, as you Mariam, and then you're like, Brian makes me good, and then you don't be in compromising situations because men don't give up on friendship. Our friend, have you been? There's a friend you can have for 10 years, and then 10 years, bam!
And then
That-
he will still tell you, oh, by the way, I
I've
like
always-
you.
I've
All
always-
these years.
Yeah.
So the best
So men
op-
don't trust you either.
the opposite. That's why we don't. Because me, I know if there are friends I've been with for like 15 years, that you're just there, not
Waiting.
But
for
then
15
once,
years.
bam, and then you're like, "Ah, I've
No, but
always
to be
done."
honest with you, I think it's up to how you perceive your
Exactly.
relationship as an individual. I have male friends, but we're not touchy-huggy.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they even
Yeah.
know that. I will hug you once in a year, happy birthday. Not those things of feeling.
touching.
If I'm greeting you, there's a way I greet you. I try because I know I'm a woman. You probably look at me,
In a
even if I'm
different
just
way,
your
yeah.
friend.
But see,
Come on.
there's a
Kakasi-
situation we
yeah.
need to look at here. It's midnight, and then he calls you. I'm in trouble. I need to talk to someone. And then you pick. I want to see you. I just want to talk to someone. At midnight, you go. Or you lie to your partner, whoever, because you want to cover up a story. The moment you
Right.
start lying about your
That
best
means
friend,
that you also have
that
something.
means there's stuff going
Yeah.
on. We always have a small liking just
But,
in
but the
case.
thing is, sometimes we lie about these male friends because we know how you're going to react.
Perfect.
If I told you the truth.
Yes.
He's just a friend, really. And in most cases,
But
we
men do
women
not accept that,
want
like you
nothing
say.
sexual from the other. You're just a friend.
Just
or even a
because-
brother. The way I look at my brother is the way I'm looking at you, Brian, because our brothers owned you. I really look at you that way.
Just because me, I know how I relate with my best girlfriends. Like that's because I won't think the other man will also feel the same way I do.
Oh, okay.
90% of the male friends you have a liking for you, seriously.
So you're telling men right now they should be worried
Not
about
worried.
the male friends.
Don't worry, they should
In their
understand.
They
They
should
should,
be aware.
understand the relationship they carry because there are men who don't even have any friends, and there are girls who don't have any friends.
Right. Of the
No
opposite
friends
sex.
at all. Yeah, no friends at all. They're like me. I'm just a loner. If anything goes wrong, either my family or one person.
Or
So they
pastor.
think pastor. So just understanding, men should know that when she says this is my best friend, figure out what the other guy does best. Just know what the guy does. If he says Brian is my best friend, then you figure out Brian is very knowledgeable about certain things. Probably you should look yourself out to learn the knowledge that your wife seeks, because women have a way of submitting to people that are powerful in a certain way, either
Yes.
in knowledge or whatever power they carry,
They
either
carry
money
power.
or financial.
So you're saying how should the women conduct themselves when they are with these friends so that they do not make their men jealous
Perfect.
or make their men insecure, because that also causes a lot of problems that are not needed in a
Now, there's a
relationship.
situation that
Yeah,
came
but
that
also as the women, we should be careful about how we behave with them, even if it's not in the presence of our
Partners.
men, because
Exactly.
that's where the other thing comes in of them lying in wait, waiting for a gap. So how do you behave with your best friend? Like you said, hug them once a year, perfect. I mean,
Once a year,
but
happy
now
birthday,
every time
that's it.
kutija,
Now there's
kutija, you know?
kajanja, there's
Eh.
kajanja women do when your best friend has something more than your husband, say more money. This guy drops you. Probably your husband doesn't have a very posh car.
Or he
This-
doesn't have a car.
Oh,
Or he
doesn't have a car, and this
car.
guy drops you. You know what you're communicating to your husband? Better get a car
Yes.
because things are getting better. So the thing is, even you as a female, with whatever it is, you should also be careful how your friends, your husband's friend, relate with him. What do they? Because men, if I hang out
And
with
those ones, they don't want to be talked about.
Exactly.
What were you doing? But you know she's my
She's
friend.
my friend.
Yes, I know she's your friend, but why is she sending you pictures? Why did you go to shop furniture in our
Exactly,
house with
together.
your best friend? Like, are you serious?
There's a friend of mine
What are you-
whose wedding, the guy, the best friend of a guy, was actually taking the shots. This color. And then the chick was like, Brian, can you imagine? Even my May wedding dress, that friend chose my best color. Chose the color for me.
That is a walk.
So that's
That is a
those are the boundaries we have to look at. You're looking for land, and the best friend you text.
It's the one who takes you to look for
yeah,
land.
and your husband is a man as
People
well.
are not
Yeah.
defining boundaries,
So
and
that
the
is what we
reality
should
of
know.
the matter is, some people are actually sleeping with their best friends. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
they are. They are
Yeah.
the people they call close
yeah.
friends of the
Because they
friends.
know, because they know everything around. There's this friend of mine told me, "Now, my best friend knows about a plot of land, but my husband doesn't know about it. But the thing is, this guy has been there for me. He's educative. There's a way he supports me. He
that's nice.
He
It's
teaches
nice
me how
to
to
have a
invest.
supportive
It
friend.
teaches me how to invest my money. But then I'm asked, why did you hide the investments you're doing with this guy from your husband? He will still feel bad because he's always suspecting that I'm up. You know,
I'm having,
I'm up
and
something
in
with
most
him.
cases, you might find that girl has no sexual relationship
yes.
with the other
But
person.
guess what? The man.
The man will
The
be
man is
suspecting.
interested.
Let me tell you about proximity and men. The more I stay with Babu, the more I start noticing
Now
things.
noticing.
The more I stay with you, even you yourself, the more you stay with me, you figure out, oh, the guy smells good. She has good.
Smile, Sikabi.
because you're all with me. So the best friends we carry should always determine, you should always just have a line. I may have my best friend, but we have codes. We have codes. We speak a certain language. Even
That you will not understand.
my baby is starting to figure us out. So like she starts throwing my words
If
I
I
share
have-
with my other friend. Because I can just say Zolomboka and she knows she's
And
around.
here's a trick.
Yeah.
If your man has a best friend,
Yes.
make her your friend. It's nice to keep
Yeah.
your enemies closer.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, oh, I do that. I'm like, hey, I love your shoe. That's a start right there. I love your hair. It's beautiful. Be nice to her.
Exactly.
The issue we have is that instead of being nice to her,
We
we're
start
like
dis-
competing with
Yeah.
her. Don't be insecure.
Don't be
Bring her in. Bring her in. That's how you're going to control and find out what exactly is going on. If you keep that distance,
And what should
there's
give
going
you
to be an
what
issue.
should give you a defense is by the fact that this guy got me and this best friend has been there. There's something that I think he wants from me. So it's about confidence, by the way. If you
Right.
have an insecure woman, when you have friends that are light skinned, she's trying to bleach. I think you have a thing for light skin.
I have a thing for light skin.
Some lady came to my office and said, you know, my husband, all the workmen are light
Light
skin.
skin, so I'm going
And
to
then,
change my color.
and then she was bleaching me, right? And I, what's up with you? Because I do skin as well. So she was like, what? Man, I don't know. They gave me Bizigo. And then Haji is so mad at me. She's Muslim. Even number two, she's very light skinned. So I started doing that. No, wait, just understand your position. Be confident in who you are. You know, men grow from confidence.
Yes,
Yes.
be confident,
A lot more
but also
confident.
keep your one eye open.
Very
Because not everybody.
Exactly.
If you
Yeah.
think there's something there, there's something there, but you can stop that something. But by being more involved, I think. Yeah, I think.
It's very hard for me to tell you I have best friends that we haven't had a liking. Someone deep.
It's
Leave alone
with
this.
a liking
Leave alone these basic things. Babu has good hair. I want to because we talk every day, and I'm like, oh, before I start touching the hair, something grows. All us men, there's somewhere, someone for you, your best friend, all people that have been in your life as best friends. There's been something that
How
draws
do
you
you
to
look
them.
for this one thing? You look for the other one's legs, then Babu's eyes, then the other one's
Exactly.
vagina, then
So
the
you're
other
making a
collection.
But then in the collection, you don't
Bits and pieces.
get one piece. Who's just peace.
But all in all, we really need to coexist with our
Yeah,
best
very
best
good.
friends, partners, or whatever. So let's just try it. I think for me, it's just to lay the boundaries and you know where you stop.
And then
Period.
you don't
Respect
need
your man.
you don't need a person who doesn't have friends because they become too needy and very
very clingy.
So
Yeah. But
be
then if you're in
friends.
love, you're in love. So what
Yeah,
do you
but
do? Are you going
need
to
enough.
love them because they don't have friends?
Have friends out there. Tell her to get friends.
Hey.
Yes.
Tell
Me,
her
I,
what?
me, I've told her.
Even if
please.
it's male, it's male friends.
I mean, find someone you share with. Because you see, however, something jokingly it is, you can never tell me that chigai chankwanye office. If I'm your husband, you can't tell me that, man, my boss is hitting on me. Because when you tell me my boss is hitting on me and
Then
you,
you start saying, oh, don't go to work.
why have you delayed?
Even if you go to work,
That is why it's very hard for you to date your best friend. Eventually, all the secrets that you've told them, he's going to use them against you. Well, that's all we had for you on Kachai. Thank you, Brian. God bless you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kachai with Lucky.